It's the Refined Reseller. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. How to win when negotiating prices at garage sales. In this video, 5 essential things you need to know. So let's go. Every Saturday morning for the last 20 years or so, I have gotten up early in the morning. I have hit the road in search of garage sales to buy things to resell on eBay. And I consider myself an expert when it comes to negotiating prices. Here are 5 things I do that you should do as well to make sure that I get the absolute lowest price I possibly can. The first thing you need to know is what I call golden rule number 1, and here it is. An item is only worth as much as someone is willing to pay for it. I would say that the majority of garage sales I go to, the seller is just trying to get rid of items. They are trying to declutter, and sometimes there are 2 types of prices to keep an eye out for. The first are items that are priced to move. Let's say there's a rack of men's shirts, some very nice men's shirts, and they're only $1 a piece. So obviously the seller is just trying to get rid of those shirts, because if you try to buy the same shirt at a Goodwill, it would probably cost you about $7. Second price is a price that is just way too high, a price that no reseller in their right mind should pay. So let's go back to golden rule number 1, and I'll say it one more time. An item is only worth as much as someone is willing to pay for it, not what the seller thinks it might be worth. So now that you know that, let's go on to rule number 2, and it is this. Never, and I mean never, pay full price for any item at a garage sale. On almost every item that I go to purchase at a garage sale, I will offer half, that's right, 50% of what the person is asking for it, and sometimes I will even go lower. So let me give you an example. Let's say there's an item that's priced for $100. I will offer, say, $50. The seller can accept it, or maybe the seller doesn't accept it, or the seller can counter offer. So let's say the seller comes back with a counter offer and says, look, I'll meet you halfway at $75. So what I'll do is I'll come back and say, hey, how about 60? And the seller will say, no, I can't do that, but can we settle on 65? And I say, yeah, sure, no problem. So what happened? I got an item for $35 off of the original price, and the seller was able to unload an item and get it out of their house. So it's a win-win situation for both me and the seller. Now, I just used an example of $100. I do it on lower priced items as well. Let's say there are some DVDs, and the DVDs are $2. Sure, I'll ask if they will sell it to me for $1. If not, I will say something like, hey, listen, how about if I buy one, get one free? I mean, it's the exact same thing. It's like you're getting them for $1 each, and a lot of times the seller is willing to do that. And you gotta love sellers that are willing to negotiate and knock down the price. On the other hand, here's rule number 3. If you go to a garage sale and you go to buy an item and you make an offer and the seller says something like, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm gonna have to stick to my asking price, simply turn and walk away. Do not look at another item, because the seller is not willing to negotiate, and you will not be able to get the items at the prices that you need to get them at. So again, turn, walk away, go to the next garage sale, because maybe at the next garage sale, the seller is willing to negotiate. Rule number 4 is very similar to rule number 3, and it is this, and you have probably seen it before. You go to a garage sale, there's a nice item, and attached to the item is actually a printout of what someone is trying to sell it for on eBay. It's not the sold price of the item on eBay, it's the price that someone is asking for the item. Again, simply turn, walk away, do not look back, just go to the next garage sale. Because as an eBay seller, I mean, you can't pay anywhere near the price that the item is selling for on eBay. You have to get it for much less. It's one of those situations where the seller thinks they are really smart and can convince you to buy that item at the eBay price, and you cannot pay that much for it. Here's rule number 5. Whenever you can, buy more than one item at a garage sale and bundle the items together so you'll get a lower price. Let me give you an example of how to do that. Let's say there are 100 DVDs and they're asking $2 a piece for the DVDs. Offer $40. That's right, 40 bucks. I normally try not to pay more than 25 cents for a DVD, but I'm just going to say 40 bucks, and the seller says, okay, I'll sell them to you for that price. Then you see 100 comic books, and they're 50 cents a piece. That totals $50. Offer half of that, $25, and the seller says, okay, that's fine. Then you see 2 pairs of shoes, and the shoes are $10 each. Instead of paying $20 for both pair, just say, hey, look, if I buy one, will you give me a pair free? And again, the seller agrees to do that. So now you have 100 DVDs for 40 bucks, 100 comic books for $25, and 2 pairs of shoes for $10. That's a total of $75. But you're not done yet, because when you go to pay for all of those items, you simply ask, hey, listen, how about 60 bucks? The seller just kind of laughs and says, sure, go ahead, take them home. It's a win-win situation. He got rid of all of those items, and you got them for a very, very low price, as if you would have paid full price, that would have been $270, and you ended up paying $60, so you saved $210. Way to go, great job. I have a bonus rule for you, so do not go away. It's very, very important. Do not be afraid to offend someone, especially someone you do not know. If you're not comfortable negotiating, if you're not comfortable asking for a lower price, you are simply going to fail, because you will not be able to buy the items at a low enough price to make the profit you need to make to be successful selling on eBay. To me, negotiating is a game. It's a game that I am very, very good at, and you need to get good at it as well. So take these words of advice I just gave you and put them into practice. I promise it will save you money. That's all I have for you today. I really do hope you learned something from watching this video. If you did, I hope you consider liking it, subscribing to my channel, and clicking the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. This is the Refined Reseller, saying as always, do like me, buy low, sell high, good sourcing, good selling, and I'll see you next time.